Well, good day, ladies and gentlemen. How the hell y'all doing today? I hope y'all doing well. I hope you're staying toasty fucking warm on this mid-January day. And I also hope you got them hot coffees going. I sure as hell do. I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning. I don't know why, but some shit has just been keeping me up at night for the last couple weeks, and that is exactly what today's episode is going to be about. I need to get this shit off my chest. I'm Johnny Nocash, and you are listening to a brand new episode of Life with Johnny Nocash, an honest, brutally raw podcast about life on the road and some of the things that I'm going through and some of my experiences. So if you are a brand new listener, thank you so much for tuning in. And to my reoccurring listeners, I just got to say once again, guys, thanks so much for being a part of this. I've been getting some messages over the last few days that are very personalized and very touching, I got to say, and very humbling. So thank you for taking the time to send me these messages and being so brutally honest and open about some of the things that you're going through. It really kind of puts me in check on, what my audience is kind of like, what the demographic is, what you guys are going through. And the more times you guys message me with some things that are on your mind that you just want to get off your fucking chest, it just kind of paints a better picture for me. So thank you so much for the continued support with the podcast, my music, and all that kind of shit. So yeah, you guys deserve a round of applause if I could do it. But without further ado, I have to talk about some shit. Okay, we are now in 2022. We're seeing a repeat of 2021. And how do we prevent 2022 from becoming the same bullshit as 2021? Well, I think I've got a solution. So we're going to dive into it and we're going to talk about it. Here we go. So I am currently right on the side of a goddamn highway. I'm sure you can hear the transports blowing by the van at high speeds. It's actually, I'm so close to the highway, it's shaking the van. It almost feels like I'm on a boat. Maybe that's the reason I couldn't sleep last night. I don't know. It is very loud. And of course, everyone's on their way to work. So it's that time of day. And that's cool. I mean, I did choose this spot, and that's part of living in a van is you just don't know where you're going to end up from night to night. And actually, right before I was parked here, I was parked in a ball diamond parking lot for 3 days straight. And it was fantastic. It was great because there was a garbage there. And as you know, like I'm living in a very, very small space and garbage can pile up very quickly and it can smell. So it's always nice to have a garbage nearby that you can just kind of hand bomb the shit out as it happens. But this spot, unfortunately, it's completely right off the highway. Nothing really around. There's no water. There's no gas station. Fuck all like that. So it is what it is. But again, this is the lifestyle, and I chose it. So easily I could have gone somewhere else. However, I am flying back to Ontario for a full week this weekend. And me having crazy anxiety about being punctual, I felt better driving closer to the ferry to know that I wasn't going to miss the damn thing. I don't know why, but I have crazy anxiety about that shit. I don't know where it came from, but whatever. It's just how I was built, man. But either way, things have been good. Okay, overall, Victoria's been fine. I have been spending more money, like you heard in the last episode, on stupid shit. It is busy. You don't have the freedom to really be yourself in your van at all times because for the most part, you could be in a neighborhood. You could be in an area, residential area that you don't really want to give away that you're living in your van, right? And that's just it. I mean, you don't want to be that asshole that overstays his welcome. And the next time you pull in there, you see a tree cop putting up a sign saying no overnight parking. You don't want to be that asshole to ruin it for so many other people. So I decided to get the hell out of there and Hence why I'm now on the side of a fucking highway, the busiest highway to do a podcast, but it is what it is, and I do apologize if it is interfering and bleeding in through the microphone, and I can't really tell with the headphones on, but as I said, just bear with me. So, folks, this is going to be a slightly heavy episode. The reason for that is because I'm a little fed up, and I need to address a number of things. We are going through a very different shift these days, not just in 2022, but just in general as a species. And we are I'm noticing that we're starting to separate a lot. You know, it seems like the only lending hands that people are willing to do these days is a Facebook message or a comment or, you know, an emoji, rather than really, really being there for somebody. This is a really difficult time, too. January and February are the highest suicide rates out of any months out of the year. Everyone's just coming off of fucking Christmas. They're broke as all hell. They're having to return to the workplace and kind of getting kicked in the face with reality that this is the circle of fucking life. You got a couple days to spend with family and then back into the fucking treadmill of life, of just doing the same shit for some other asshole. It's really depressing. And I've been seeing this. People are reaching out left, right, and center. I'm seeing it all over social media of people that are genuinely fucking depressed. Genuinely. And not just for clickbait. And the problem is all I'm seeing is people leaving a little comment. Nobody's getting the fucking help they need. Why? Why is that? Well, I think the main thing is we aren't really there for each other like we once were. We don't have a brotherhood or a sisterhood that we once did have. Things are starting to separate us beyond our control, and we're becoming narcissistic fucking individuals rather than a team. And how does a team work? Well, you listen. You listen to each other. Other people have different skills. You might possess a skill that the other teammate doesn't have, and you work together to get to that end goal. But you working on your own, it just doesn't fucking work that way. And you're not going to get to the end. So the problem I'm seeing right now is just this massive divide of nobody really being there for one another and nobody listening. I might have a problem in life, and if I had nobody to fucking talk to about it, I don't know how I would fucking solve it. What, just talking into the sky? That doesn't do shit. I need to bounce ideas off of people. And the problem right now is nobody has the fucking freedom to actually express themselves properly. People are losing their jobs for saying something online. People are getting divorces for saying the wrong fucking thing. And it's like, God damn it, guys, why don't we just listen? I don't know what your background is. I don't know what you came from. I don't know what your upbringing is. But rather than fucking, shut you down and start talking over you, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to actually listen, because the only way I can learn a damn thing is with my mouth shut. And what's going on right now is people are just talking over one another nonstop. Nobody's fucking sitting down and actually taking in information, whether they believe in it or not. Think of it this way. When you go to a movie with your friend and you walk out and you have a discussion about that film, it's great. It's great to notice things or to discuss things that you saw that your friend didn't. And then you piece them together. You might have thought the film was fucking fantastic, whereas your friend was like, God damn, that was annoying. I hated every fucking second of it. Well, why? Ask questions. Why did you hate the film? Like, what made you feel this way, like that strong that you actually can't, like you hate this film? You sit down and you shut up and you let the person talk, and then you might learn something. You might take something away and be like, yeah, actually, now that you mention that, I'm looking at this from a totally new angle. But right now, everyone thinks that they know everything and that they don't need to fucking sit down and listen to the other side. Guys, I'm telling you right now, I've never been so embarrassed at the fucking human race than I have recently. Like, we need to be able to express ourselves in order to be healthy, for the fucking love of God. I don't give a shit what flag you wave. I don't give a shit what is between your legs. I don't give a shit what way you lean, man. The one thing I do give a shit about is you having the freedom to express yourself, and I'm going to listen to you. As fucking awful and as cringy as it may be to me, at least I can get a side. At least I can hear what you're fucking saying and then maybe understand where you're coming from. But goddamn, man, it is just such an absolute debauchery right now of mankind battling one another. It's fucked. I couldn't be more happy to be in a van away from people. I couldn't be more fucking happy. And this is the thing. I think I was just very, very lucky at a young age. Because when I was growing up and I was on the streets here in Vancouver, this is about 20 years ago, I got the boot from my hostel on Christmas Day. It was my first time living on my own. I got fucking kicked out of my hostel on Christmas Day. I was scared. I was really fucking scared. I had my whole fucking life on my back. I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know a goddamn soul. But this is before the times that we're facing right now. And I went to the soup kitchen because it was the only spot that was open on Christmas Day, and it was the only spot that was warm, and I could get a free meal. So I walk into the soup kitchen. I don't know a goddamn soul. And the only person that came up to me, and that's okay. Nobody owes me shit, so nobody even had to approach me. But the only person that walked up to me was a black woman named Bianca. I will never, ever forget this woman. And she literally saved my fucking life and my outlook on life. Because I'm sitting there thinking that everyone and the whole world is against me. And this woman who knows nothing about me, all she could tell was the face I had. And it was pure defeat. I was very depressed and upset. I didn't know what the fuck my future was to hold. And this woman took the time out of her day on Christmas to walk over. She had a cup of soup, hot fucking soup, put it down, and she said, "Hey, what's your name?" And we started talking. And from then on, she said, "Where are you staying?" And guys, the last fucking thing I want is, like, this was not a sexual relationship. So, like, get that out of your fucking head. She invited me to stay at her hotel on the floor for as long as I wanted until I got my fucking feet on the ground. I didn't know this woman from a hole in the fucking wall. And you know, she didn't owe me shit. And from that moment on, it made me realize I don't give a shit what color your fucking skin is, what kind of and she was extreme Christian, very, very religious, and I am not. But we put our fucking differences aside, and she actually talked about what makes her happy, and she listened to me about what makes me happy, and I got to learn about this woman and to learn why she is the person she is today, this beautiful, fucking caring stranger out of nowhere. I have taken that experience with me everywhere I go. Everywhere. And I apply it everywhere I go. And we need to do this shit more often. We really do. And I'm sorry for getting so passionate about this shit and kind of upset. But I really think that we could just be such a happier fucking species if we started listening to each other and knowing the signs, and rather than putting our own fucking interests first, we start looking out for one another. We start opening our ears and our hearts and fucking being there. Because God damn it, man, it ain't gonna get any fucking better. I'll tell you that. It's if anything, it's gonna get worse. And I gotta say, this is the happiest I've been. And it's like, what? And then the world goes to shit. You know? It's just such a strange fucking thing, and it's also such an easy thing. These are things you can apply every day. If you have somebody that's close to you that has a different belief system than you, rather than shame them, rather than putting them down because of your own individual beliefs, why not fucking open your mind and your ears to what they have to say? You might fucking learn something. And not just learn, but you might have more respect for them. We need to have open dialogue, folks. We really got to start having open dialogue and stop shaming one another for having their certain beliefs or what they think is right and what they think is true and what they think is best for them. God damn it, man. You owe nothing to the other person, but if you want, you can be there. You can be that shoulder, that ear. And we need it right now because I'm seeing this fucking mass depression cloud over mankind right now. And the only thing we're turning to is fucking Facebook. Not a real human being. You ain't sitting there, sitting across from somebody, seeing the look change in their eyes as you're telling them the story. It's fucked. But I'm just saying, not to get, and this has been keeping me up. And I apologize that this particular episode is kind of, more of a rant. But I really think this is something I'm very passionate about, and it's really fucking important to me because I know that a lot of you guys that are listening are probably very similar to me. And I hope you are in the sense of like having an open mind, because it just takes one fucking person to sit down and listen to somebody, for them to maybe have a second fucking chance at life. I've seen way too many people overdose and die from suicide in the last 2 years than I have in my entire life. People are hurting, people are struggling, and people need us to be there for them. And it's never been more relevant than right now. It really hasn't. So please, if you have a different belief system than somebody else, don't write them off. I'm seeing, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to tell this guy right off. There's this asshole named Danko Jones. He's like a Canadian fucking rocker or some shit. I went on his Instagram and the whole thing was bullying. Like, what the, who are you helping, dude? And you're a fucking icon too. People look up to you. What the fuck, man? Anyway, anyway, I'm getting fucking off on the goddamn rails, man. I got to finish this coffee, but man, I did want to talk about this, and I apologize if my tone was a little aggressive. Sometimes I'm like that. And if you listen to my music, now you know where it comes from, okay? But either way, please just be fucking thoughtful. Go out there, help somebody out. If you see somebody that needs a hand doing something, just fucking take the time. Life is too short to be a goddamn grump and to be pushing your views on everybody else as if you know what's best. So God damn it, please just understand everyone's coming from a different cloth of life, and the only way to make a quilt is with different pieces of cloth. Otherwise, we're just going to be a fucking IKEA blanket. So that is my rant. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate you guys listening to me, and I hope you can take something away from it. I promise you the next episode will be a lot more lighthearted, but this has been keeping me up at night, and rather than keeping it locked inside, I wanted to talk about it. So I hope you got something out of it. And as per usual, if you want to support the content, as most of you have, thank you so much for everything you guys have been doing. You could buy me a coffee over at buymeacoffee.com/JohnnyNocash. And actually, it's not a coffee, it's a beer. So if you want to buy me a beer or two, you can head over there and support the channel. If you want to check out the old Instagram, it is JohnnyNocashOfficial. And if you want to send me a personalized email about something you're going through, you can always email me at lifewithjohnnynocash@gmail.com. And some of these messages, guys, it really does mean the world. And I love that we are starting to have a bit more of a tight community and agreeing to disagree on certain things. And that is what's so beautiful about the fucking world, is we can agree to disagree. So thank you so much for taking the time to spend with me today. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. I hope you enjoy the weekend and all the beers and coffees or whatever the hell you end up doing. But most importantly, if you have a friend that you think is in need, just show up at their place. fucking show up with a fucking bucket of chicken and a 6-pack of beer, whatever the hell their vice is. But man, you're going to be doing them a huge favor. We need each other more than we ever have, and we can start this today. But anyway, as you know, I'm Johnny Nocash. Thank you once again for tuning in to this episode. So until next time, I love y'all. Cheers, y'all. A staggered motherfucking crawl.